Welcome to the Living Large Theater podcast with Gary Rodriguez, Billy Santiago, and producer Noe Ayala. Admission to the Living Large Theater requires only your sense of humor and thirst for knowledge as we explore community, entertainment, the arts, politics, and human nature. Time now for you to step inside the Living Large Theater.
And welcome to another edition, our first one of 2023, the Living Large Theater podcast. I am Billy Santiago, along with my good friend of 36 years, Gary Rodriguez, Noe Ayala, extraordinary producer.
Hello.
And we're here to just give you some thoughts on the upcoming year. We'll be talking about the NFL playoffs, and of course, Gary's favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys. How far will they go? And we'll also talk about some things that are coming up in the near future here on the show. Plus, Rolling Stone magazine released their best singers of all time. And on the list are some that so I'm going to share some of those with you guys. And let's see if we can have a good-hearted discussion about where you think they should be on the list. But before we do that, let's check in with Gary, who's not feeling 100% today, but he's got opening comments. Gary?
Hey, thanks a lot, Bill. Yeah, the old back just ain't what it used to be. Welcome to the Living Large Theater, starring Gary Rodriguez and Billy Santiago, along with super producer Noe Ayala. The Living Large Theater, where admission is absolutely free. All you need is a sense of humor and a thirst for entertainment. Well, here we are, as Billy said, the first week of 2023. Happy New Year. And as we get moving into the new year, let me just say this. 2022 wasn't perfect, but it was a damn good year. I think the danger in America is how the media uses the power of suggestion to make you think that just by turning the page of a piece of paper called a calendar, that all your problems will be solved. You'll be richer, you'll be skinnier, and you'll be better looking. Actually, none of that is true. At least it's not true in the sense that it will happen just because you managed to survive another year on the planet. It can happen, though, if you'll work at it. Maybe you work at it a little more than you did in 2022, but it's not going to happen just because the calendar got a new name on it. And as usual, the lazy, no-account media that surrounds us tries to impress upon you that January 1st is a time for newness, things that you're supposed to be certain good at. It's repetitious drivel. They talk about things like the first baby born of 2023. Guess what? The parents of the second and third and fourth babies born in 2023 don't give a shit about the first baby born in 2023, and neither do the rest of us. Even worse, the local newspaper around here was so lazy that it didn't bother going around asking what your New Year traditions are. Instead, it wandered around its own newsroom asking its reporters what their New Year traditions are. And guess what, local newspaper, radio, and TVs? Nobody gives a shit what your reporters' New Year traditions are. However, we do care about the traditions of your readers, your listeners, and viewers, so stop half-assing it. And that brings me to this final point. It just seems that we've been okay with people half-assing it all around us. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the lady at the Whataburger who was okay with giving you cold coffee at the window, but you don't find out until you drive off and don't have time to turn around and go back and bitch about it. I'm talking about the dude at Walmart who throws a dozen eggs on top of your loaf of bread when he's sacking up your groceries. And I'm talking about the UPS guy who thinks it's okay to block traffic with his big brown truck while he figures out who's supposed to get the box he has to deliver. Stop half-assing it. It's easy. Once again, this is the Living Large Theater. You can email us at livinglargetheater@yahoo.com. You can find us on Facebook at Living Large Theater, and you can hear us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, iHeart, and Google Play, which brings me to this. Billy, Noe, and I, we didn't start this podcast to make money. We did it to share our insight with you, and hopefully we can get your insight and share it with us. Now that we're in our second season, we have a lot of interest in how to become a Living Large Theater sponsor and supporter. All you got to do is contact Noe Ayala, 956-451-1633, and we will showcase you and your business in a way no one else can. You need a banker? Go see Jonathan Cootie at Texas Community Bank. Need a house built? Go see Luis Barbosa at Arrell Homes. Need to go hunting or fishing? Call Fred Rodriguez, the Texas Sportsman. Need air conditioning work in South Texas? Call Albino Guerrero at Air Express in Edinburgh. Need a drink after work? Pop in at Harvey's on North 10th Street in McAllen. Need a Yeti mug with your name engraved on it? Go see Homer Rodriguez at KC Ads on McCall in McAllen. Need air conditioning work in the Dallas area? Call Ken Murray. Need an oil change? Go see Joe Garcia at Joe's Master Service in Edinburgh. Want the best Italian food in Dallas? Go to Campese's on Mockingbird Lane, close to the campus of SMU. Want the best hotel on the San Antonio Riverwalk? Make a reservation at Marriott River Center today. Want a great steak in Fort Worth? Cattleman Steakhouse at the Stockyards has it for you and your family. Need a security system for your home or business? Call Noe Ayala. That's it. That's how we're going to do it here. We will never suggest a place for you to go, shop, or spend time with your family if we wouldn't do it ourselves. Again, you can get your name and business highlighted on the Living Large Theater podcast just by calling Noe Ayala at 956-451-1633. Bill, take it away.
So where do you go for a nice hot cup of coffee here?
That's a good question. Noe and I typically hang out at Starbucks.
At Starbucks?
Yeah.
Okay. And the coffee's hot.
Coffee's hot.
It's always hot.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That happened to me.
Are you serious?
I stopped at the Whataburger in Alice on the way back from Dallas and got, the cup of coffee and drove away. I'm in the drive-thru. I get the cup of coffee and the apple pie, and I'm on my way home, so I'm not going to spend too much time there.
Right.
Get on the road, take a sip of the coffee, practically ice cold. And,
what time of the day was that?
It was about 11 at night, about 11 p.m.
I've been sitting there for hours.
Yeah, it was just awful. And then the other day I go to Long John Silver's and I specifically tell the guy, give me some of that vinegar juice you put on the fish and stuff. And I drive away. There's no sauce. There's no tartar sauce. There's nothing in there. I'm thinking that guy just half-assed it, and I paid $15 for this.
And I was at HEB this past weekend, and I bring my own recyclable bags.
Aww.
And the guy was putting the stuff in my bag, and he was just doing it all wrong, and I kept telling him, I said, dude, do it this way.
Yeah, that doesn't happen to me at HEB. It only happens to me at Walmart.
Make it symmetric,
Yeah.
Make sure everything fits in there comfortably. And like you said,
well, see, the advantage you have or had over me was I had driven away before I found out. You're there, Bill, and you're a nice guy. So you're going to tell him nicely, hey, you mind putting the pork and beans at the bottom instead of on top of the eggs?
Well, I usually tell him if I buy meat, I tell him, hey, put the meat in an HEB bag and then put it in the bag for me.
Yeah.
He didn't even do that.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, man.
It's those kids starting out, man, probably their first gig.
Yeah, but here's the same thing that I was talking about is stop half-assing it. No, you do security. What happens if you half-ass it? The boss finds out, right?
Oh, yeah, we get in trouble.
Yeah, you can't do it. You got to. And Billy, you were on radio for 55 years. What if you had half-assed
44.
it? Okay. What if you had half-assed it? Your career would have been shortened exponentially.
44 and a half.
Especially doing the morning show with Gary for those 3 months between 1993 and 1994. Oh my God, man! There were some mornings where
who brought the coffee and the donuts?
We didn't know how we made it to work.
The overnight guy would have it ready.
Yeah, we didn't know how we made it to work, man. That was for sure, man. And we were pros though.
There were times we left the party and went to work, and that was many, 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 many times. And here we are. Thank God. Thank you, God. I think a lot of it has to be
30 years later, man. We're alive to talk about it.
A lot of it has to be attributed to just faith in God, that we're going to make it and we're going to make it well. And hopefully you make it and you make it well. Here's a quick study by the National Highway Safe Driver Coalition. I didn't even know they had that. National Highway Safe Driver Coalition has conducted research that shows the worst drivers on the road today are people who drive Hyundais and people who have that blue handicap parking thing hanging off their rearview mirror. Not sure why. What do you think? That's, I think that's mean of the National Highway Safe Traffic Coalition.
Those are handicap tags, right? But
they say they're the worst drivers. And they say people that drive Hyundais are the worst drivers too. I don't know.
I got to tell you, When the Hyundais first came out back in the 80s, I was one of the first ones to buy one because they were inexpensive.
So you started all the bad driving.
Oh, no. I mean, when I'm driving down the highway, you know, I'm trying to pass somebody, and I got to floor the damn thing to try to pass somebody, and I can't even barely do that.
One job.
One job.
Hey, you're listening to the Living Large Theater podcast starring Gary Rodriguez, Billy Santiago with super producer Noe Ayala. Hey, I don't know, man. What the hell happened to Barnes & Noble? I remember I used to go in there and there was a collection of intellectuals walking around, adjusting their glasses and looking at books like Atlas Shrugged. I went in there the other day and it's now a menagerie of misfits. Purple hair, blue hair, combat boots with a mini skirt. And I don't know what book he was looking at.
It's called Individuality, Gary. Come on, man. Don't be judging people.
I'm not judging. I asked a question. Can I not ask a question?
If somebody wants to have purple hair, that's okay.
That's what happened to society. No longer can you question anything. You have to accept it. Hey, you don't have purple hair, you're the weirdo. Okay, and the other thing is TV commercials. What do you think about the Lumi lady? Have you seen her, the Lumi lady?
Who's the Lumi lady?
She's on TV telling you to keep your butt crack from smelling just by rubbing her magic cream all over it.
Is that a late night commercial?
No, it's all day long.
Let's see.
I'm saying, hello, lady. Most people I
You
know.
got plumber's butt?
Most people I know just take this thing called a shower. You know, I mean, if your butt crack stinks that bad.
TMI, Gary.
Hop in the shower.
Please,
okay,
stop.
And then you have the Eucora girl. You seen her? Her and her.
Who?
The Eucora girl. It's a national TV. You watch ESPN way too much.
No, I watch Fox Sports.
Okay, well, this a Eucora girl. Her and her boyfriend Spencer. She says they invented Eucora after she got 8 UTIs in 1 year. Listen, lady, instead of a new product, you need a new partner. My goodness. Why is everybody laughing in TV commercials these days? You know why? Because they have no message. They have no message because they have no writers. Instead, they have slow motion close-ups of people laughing their ass off while they're barbecuing or enjoying their Verbo or buying cheese at the counter. Just a stupid way to sell anything. I don't know, man. But I digress.
So listen, you went to Dallas in December twice to see the Cowboys play. The last game you went to was the Eagles game, which the Cowboys won.
Yeah, thank God. It was tight.
It was tight.
Gardner Minshew did really, really well.
Or he threw 3 interceptions. So.
Well, you know, our guy threw a couple too.
Yeah.
But I just think the Cowboys, as much as I love them, and I'll always retain the right to complain about them, they play down to their competition. They don't go in and smoke the people that they should smoke.
Right?
Yeah. It's
now,
crazy.
This weekend, they're playing Washington, which is going to start a rookie quarterback. And I heard this morning that that Heineke guy that was going to start as quarterback, he went to the coaching staff and asked him, hey, why don't you let the rookie play this last game of the season?
Yeah, I mean, because he knows his value is better for next year if he's not hurt. I'm talking about Heineke.
Right. And what's his name? Wentz, that guy, he's gone, dude. He's going to be a backup now.
Yeah.
So Cowboys should handle that. No problem, right? Against Washington?
Look at the struggle they had with Tennessee, starting a guy who hadn't started in 6 years, hadn't played in 6 years. Too. The guy was at Walmart 4 years ago.
But I believe everybody that plays the Cowboys comes in with their big game.
Yeah, that's their Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you're right.
Exactly. Every Cowboy game is.
And then now there's talk. Cowboys make it to the playoffs. They're in. They'll probably play Tampa Bay in the first round on the road at Tampa Bay.
It's going to be a challenge. You know, Tom Brady, they don't call him the GOAT for anything. Maybe he needs some Lumi on his butt crack. Hey, this is the Living Large Theater. You can find us at Living Large Theater at yahoo.com. You can find us on Facebook, Living Large Theater. You want to sponsor? We'll take it. We're not looking for it, but with the demand that we're having to people who want to be a part of the show and sponsor it, call Noe Ayala, 956-451-1633. We've come up with a real great introductory offer. It's $100 a month or $1,000 up front for 1 year. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, iHeartMusic, Amazon, and Google Play. Also, January 12th, we're going to be talking with George Rice. He is the owner and brewer master of 5x5 Brewery. We're going to talk about 5x5 as well as a passionate subject he has, which is Man is under attack. Noe and I met with him a couple of days ago to set up this great visit we're going to have with him. What do you think about that, Noe? Man, I'm talking about man, the essence of man. Man is under attack. I agree.
I think first of all, you need to try the beer.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. As a matter of fact, we went on an empty stomach, and man.
So what'd you try? What did you like?
The Father Roy.
Father Roy, named after Father Roy Snipes, the priest in Mission.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Very good beer, man. Very good beer. You should also try the other one. What's it called? Stripe or?
I don't remember. We'll get it from George though. And on the January 19th, we're going to be talking with Ray Pedraza. He's a spokesperson for TxDOT, and we're going to be getting an update on the interchange in FAR.
Hey guys, you know what? I'm a big Rolling Stone magazine subscriber. They came out with this list last week.
They still publish that magazine?
Well, you can get it online now.
Okay.
Online. But they came out with a list of the 200 greatest singers of all time. And the internet isn't happy about it. I'm going to run some of these by you. Now, top of their list was Aretha Franklin.
Number one?
The Queen of Soul.
Out of everybody that's ever sang a song.
Exactly.
Nah, it's dumb.
Number 2 was Whitney Houston.
Yeah, I would put maybe her at number 1.
Okay. Number 3 was Sam Cooke.
We'll see.
Number 4 was Billie Holiday.
I know what they're trying to do. They're pandering, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. Mariah Carey was at number 5.
Pandering.
Okay. Ray Charles with 6.
Pandering.
Stevie Wonder was 7.
Pandering.
Musical genius.
Where's Louis Armstrong in this?
Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong. Let me see. He didn't make the top 25.
Hello, darling. Hello.
Well, you know who they left off the list? I don't know if you agree with this or not. Celine Dion.
Oh, that's stupid. They're crazy. I mean, their whole list has zero credibility. Zero credibility. And I'm offended that you would bring that up. I'm kidding.
Who would you have on top of those? Who would be your top 5, Gary?
Probably Van Morrison would be 1. Elvis Presley would be number, not numerically, but I'm talking top 5. Elvis
was number 17 on the list.
Elvis Presley would definitely be there. Probably Eddie Rabbitt.
Love the rainy night.
Yeah, there you go. Eddie Rabbitt. And Mariah Carey, she has to be on there. Whitney Houston has to be on there, as well as probably Harry Nilsson. Nilsson had a wonderful voice.
Everybody's talking.
Oh, yeah. It was such a great talent. I didn't know he was best friends with John Lennon. They would party all night long. They got kicked out of the Troubadour. John Lennon, Ringo Starr, and Harry Nilsson, all 3 got kicked out of the Troubadour one night for being,
Troubadour in L.A.
Rowdy. Yeah, the Troubadour Club in L.A. for being too rowdy for everyone. Hey, don't forget, Living Large Theater, yahoo.com. You got a question? We have 2 questions that came in. I'm on the site now, Billy, so I'll ask the question of you first. It looks like there's a fire alarm going off. Hope we don't cancel this. If we do, we're going to have to cancel it.
Is this show hot or what? Is this show hot?
We're going to find out what's going on. If they run us off, we're going to have to run us off because we're on the 16th floor of this building, and we have to do what they tell us to do. Okay, for Billy from Belinda in Fredericksburg. Billy.
What's up, Belinda?
I heard you do a radio show on the internet. What is it, and how do I hear it?
Okay, it's called Rock and Roll Oldies. That's the channel. It's available on different platforms, but the main 2 platforms that we're on is the Live 365 platform, which is an app. You can go to the Apple Store and download it to your phone. And also the TuneIn app. You can go to the Apple Store.
Hey guys, we got to cut it. Something's going on here.
Okay, thank you, Noe. That is our super producer, Noe Ayala. This is the Living Large Theater podcast. Remember, we're on the 16th floor of this building, and they have pulled the fire alarm, and we are out.